Hello guys, so in last part we saw how the asynchronous and synchronous buck converter operates in DCM mode and why the synchronous converter operate in FCCM or forced continuous conduction mode, because we have discussed that in last video, and the reason is Q2 is kept on for the time duration TD, and that is the reason, right? The converter operates in the forced continuous conduction mode. Also we discussed the what are the disadvantages of operating the converter into FCCM mode, right? So we will see here how the diode emulation is used and how the FCCM mode is avoided by using this diode emulation mode. Okay, so now so this is the same schematic that I have already discussed with you. This is a synchronous buck. So there is one extra element added along with those. This is a RSense resistor. This is in series with the low side MOSFET, which is a Q2, right? So this is a RSense resistor. So this is this resistor is generally used for the generation of the emulated inductor current ramp, and this is used for the peak current mode control. So maybe we will see that in a different video. So the PWM controllers which uses this diode emulation feature, they also sense this voltage across the RSense resistor, and it is fed to the comparator, which is integrated inside a PWM controller, and output of the comparator it is given to the low side MOSFET driver, and output of the low side MOSFET driver it is given to the low side MOSFET gate, right? So the box which is highlighted with the red color, so it is integrated in the PWM controller, and this feature it is responsible for the diode emulation. Okay, so we will see its operation, how it works. So as we discussed earlier, so during time T on, Q1 is on, Q2 is off. So the current flows from input capacitor, then through Q1, then through output inductor, then output load, then back to the ground. So this is the inductor current time duration T on. So it is flowing through the Q1 switch, right? So that is why it is shown through Q1 switch, and through Q2, since it is off, so it is a zero current. Now when Q2 is turned on after time T on and Q1 is turned off, so there is an inductive energy or inductive energy stored in the output inductor LO. So this has to free wheel, so Q2 provides that path. So we can see here how the current flows during time T off. So this is the freewheeling current, right? So this is the direction of the freewheeling current. So here we can see the voltage developed across the RSense resistor. Since this is the direction through RSense resistor which is flowing through it for the time duration T off, so this is a zero since it is grounded. So this is a negative voltage, right? So this RSense is selected such that this voltage is always higher than the reference voltage during time T off. That is why if you see here, since this is a negative voltage and this is a positive, so this negative voltage which is developed across the RSense resistor, so it is given at the inverting input of the comparator, and the non-inverting input, so it is roughly it is given to the reference voltage, and it is always less, and it is around minus 10 millivolt. So this voltage is more negative than this. So that is why the value of this which is given to the non-inverting input of the comparator, so it is higher. So that is why the output of the comparator it is high during this time T off, right? Since this is a more negative voltage and it is less negative voltage because of this negative sign. So during time T off, so I will write here, so during time T off, this RSense voltage, so I will write VRSense, so it is less than Vref. That's why the comparator output is 1 and it enables the LO driver, and that's why LO driver keep the Q2 MOSFET high for duration time T off. Now once T of ends and inductive energy which was freewheeling, or this was a freewheeling current, right? So now inductor does not have any freewheeling current, as it does not have any stored energy at the end of T off. So converter starts operating in FCCM, right? So this part I have explained in earlier part where Y converter starts to operate in FCCM at the end of T off, right? So in FCCM we saw the reverse current starts to flow from output, then through output inductor, then switch Q2, then it will flow through RSense also, then back to the ground. So this is the reverse current direction. So as soon as T off ends, and Q2 is kept on, let's say for a certain time, for a short amount of time, and now current starts to flow in this direction, which is the reverse direction. Now if we see for this duration which I have shown you, as soon as the T off ends, this reverse current flow, and because of this reverse current flow, if we see the current direction through the RSense, so it is downwards, right? So the voltage developed across this, it will be like it will be so this terminal will be plus, right? So as soon as this terminal will start going positive, so since it is connected to the inverting input of the comparator, and the Vref which is given to the non-inverting terminal, so it is roughly less minus value, less negative value. So since it starts going positive, so comparator output is 0, because its inverting terminal has higher potential compared to the non-inverting terminal. So for TD, so for time duration TD, VRSense is greater than Vref. That's why comparator output is 0 and it disables the LO driver, and that's why the gate of the MOSFET of the Q2, low side MOSFET Q2, it is pulled down, and that's why for time duration TD the Q2 is kept off, and that is the reason. So this is called as a diode emulation, because so since in asynchronous buck converter we have here diode D instead of MOSFET Q2, right? And for time duration TD, so as we discussed in earlier part, so this diode, if we have here diode, so this is not forward biased, right? For time duration TD, since inductor does not have energy, and now here we forcefully kept the MOSFET gate low for time duration TD. That's why this is called as a diode emulation. So this low side MOSFET Q2, it is emulating the diode, or it is acting as a diode for time duration TD, because it is not allowing the reverse current flowing through it by turning it off. So that is why this is called as a diode emulation mode. So if you are selecting such or if you are designing such kind of converters, maybe synchronous buck, or same applies to the synchronous boost also, and if you want to use this feature diode emulation, so you have to actually see the data sheet of that PWM controller, or you have to contact the manufacturer, semiconductor supplier, whether this the selected IC supports this diode emulation mode. So that is all about the diode emulation mode. So if you have any queries regarding this, so please comment it, and please subscribe to my channel for more learning videos. Thank you for your time.